Let's talk about how you can protect your kids online while building a strong bond. Hey, I'm CyberFareedah. I'm an award-winning Forbes 30 Under 30 online safety educator, helping you protect your kids online. In the world where there's a lot of focus on parental controls, parental monitoring, tech, all of the things that make you feel like, am I doing enough? You feel guilty. You're not sure if you're on the right path. Really, what protects your kids online is something more simple, something more holistic, and something that everyone can do. That's building a strong relationship with your kids. Now, when I talk about building a strong relationship with your kids, I don't mean you have to be best friends. I don't mean that you're confiding in each other with your deepest and darkest secrets. I don't mean that you're skipping together every Saturday morning and getting ice cream. What I mean is that you have a foundation of trust and honesty and open and non-judgmental spaces where your kids feel safe with you, where you feel safe with yourself, so that you're giving your kids the understanding of what it really means to navigate the world, including the online world. When it comes to online safety or online security, a huge part of that is talking to kids about what to do, what not to do, your expectations of them, your family guidelines around technology or gaming or social media. But one thing we often forget is leaving room for them to communicate with us, leaving room for them to tell us what it really means to be in the online space. How does it feel gaming? What are the things they like about gaming? What are the things that they hate about gaming? In this particular game, is there something they wish that they could change? What's something that they wish that you knew about gaming or social media or whatever it is that you're into that you need to protect them from? Or not really protect them from, but like as they're going through the experience, you want to protect them in that experience. You want them to be able to game online and not come across a predator or someone who's trying to groom them. You want to allow them to experience social media without having to experience the negative sides of that. But to do this, you have to allow them to teach you just as much as you're teaching them. This means that you're giving them the space within your household to voice their opinions, voice their concerns, voice their likes, and voice their dislikes. It's not always a one-way street where you're telling them what they should do or should not do, but you're allowing them to speak to you about their experiences and what they think of the world. This does so many different things for your relationship, but one thing is that it gives them a voice and it makes them feel heard. So now when it comes to you putting certain guidelines or rules or restrictions, you're doing it with them in mind, understanding how they navigate the space, and they have their walls more likely, or most likely it is more down, and they're able to listen to you and embrace more of what you're saying. Does that mean that things are going to go smoothly? No. Does that mean that they're going to love all your decisions? Absolutely not. But it does mean that things will get a little bit better versus you're not listening to them, you're not listening to their experiences, you don't care about what they think or dislike or whatever it is. You're just like, it's my way or the highway, I said this and you got to do it. When we're talking about building a strong bond, I highly encourage you to build a strong bond with yourself, to do your inner healing, to go to therapy, to start a healing journey. It doesn't just mean like finding a therapist, but it also means making room for yourself, making room for your inner child, so that you understand what does it mean to give a safe space for someone. Because you may have not grown up with a safe space. You might have to break a lot of generational barriers and a generational trauma and curses, if you will, to get to the point where you're able to give yourself a safe space so that you can show your kids what it looks like to love yourself, what it looks like to heal yourself, what it looks like to have self-worthiness, self-acceptance, and knowing that you are enough and that you deserve the best in the world. When you're giving yourself that space, it's easier for you to show your kids how to give it to themselves and to allow your kids to have a foundation of worthiness and respect and a bond with themselves and then you, so that they can protect themselves, period. And so this doesn't just go in the online world, it goes in the offline world, but my expertise is not on the offline world, so I don't talk about that, but it does really, really help online, and it helps them navigate the things of predatory behavior, grooming, cyberbullying, security, privacy. A lot of things online has a foundation of self-awareness, mindfulness, worthiness. All of those things helps you better understand the environment. Teaching your kids self-regulation, critical thinking, all of those things will help your kids when it comes to being in the digital age. You're building a bond with your kids and you're listening to them and you're healing yourself and you're going to therapy and you're allowing your kids a safe space in the household, then you are able to build those or take those walls down. A lot of times when we're having like those online safety conversations and we're talking about staying safe online or what you can or cannot do, a lot of kids kids and teens especially, have a lot of walls built up. It's like a barrier. And one side is not hearing the other side, and the other side is not hearing the other side. So as much as possible, building that connection, building that bond, understanding what they like and dislike, and then going into what they like. So if they really love gaming, play a game with them. Or even if you really don't want to play the game with them, which is totally okay, right? If they come to you about the game, then listen to them talk about the game. If you see the game there and you have a question about the game, ask a question. It doesn't have to be like a helicopter type, mom, like, oh, what's that? What's going on? But more like, oh, that's really cool. That's weird. What happened there? Just giving them an opportunity to speak about what they really like. This means that you're making informed decisions and you're building a relationship that's built on trust and connection and love, and that's really what matters. So why does healing from trauma actually protect your kids online? I made an entire video over here based off of what you need to know about healing from trauma that allows you to better protect your kids online.